The country has done extremely well during that period. And I think it's just important for us to understand the kind of place that you want to invest in. We have got a young team of a very dynamic president and his team. And I think if what he wants to do is implemented, I think we can go very far. But just important to understand first, I think the most important thing, I just wanted to give about a few economic statistics, which maybe might give you sort of a sense of where you want to put your money. Kenya currently is growing at about 5.6%. They envisage that will grow to 6.5 and a bit further. These statistics are good in terms of our economic growth, but I think they don't capture everything, especially sort of our informal sector. We have a population of 47.3 million at the moment, but what is good there is that this population is a young population. And being a young population, you understand what that demographic means is that if you're going to invest in real estate, if it's for investment in terms of an apartment, you'll always have tenants over a long period of time. But the beauty about it is that you might invest and say, listen, how will they be able to afford it? We are getting a good, educated, young working force. So we've invested a lot in education, which is good, and so we're churning out people who will come and improve on our economies. So that is there. Our inflation is about 5% currently, but that's obviously is a moving target. We've still got a high unemployment rate of about 17.5%. Our national debt is not too much, maybe about 2.3 trillion. But we're spending it on good things.
A lot of money.
Kenya shillings.
It is Kenya shillings. I can assure you that. We are spending it on good things, as you can see. We're doing our infrastructure, we're doing our railways and all this. So I think we're going the right direction. We're doing a lot in IT. And the other day you saw who came to see it, who came the other day. Was Zuckerberg, and if such kind of people start to come to Kenya, there must be a reason behind it. We must have some really good IT brains out there in our country. We just make sure that we hope we don't sell ourselves short. We must be part of those Zuckerberg billions. We must be. So we have a GDP of about 6.3 trillion. So you can see it's not too bad. We're not doing too badly. As the finance minister tells us that we have got room to borrow, yeah, maybe, because our borrowing is only about 54%. But I think, I don't know whether Canada, but the United States actually lives on borrowing. So I don't know whether we're going to follow that particular route. So those things are good. And another thing which has just happened, and I'm sure you all know, is that we have now capped our interest rates. And they have gone, I think, they have really gone down about what, maybe 6 to 10 basis points, and we are now at about 14%. So at least now the borrowing has become a bit reasonable, which is good, and it's also anchored in law, so that the banks can't go rogue as they were doing before. So I think for those of us who want to get their mortgages, I think it's a good time to do so. Now, having said all that. Real estate contributes to about 12.5% of our GDP, and that's where I think you all want to invest. Now, national housing. This is what you really, and what can we do for you? Let me go straight to this. Just 1 minute. There's so many other slides which you don't need to. I didn't need to bore you with, but let me tell you. Yes. Now, why national housing? National housing actually had started a long time ago, right in the 1950s. And then in 1967, that's the time it was established as a state-owned entity. Within our own act, there are quite a number of things that we can do. So we can lend, we can borrow, we can do quite a thing. So it's quite broad as far as our act is concerned. We have built quite a bit over time, and in terms of, I don't think this